Alright, let's give Sunday's Daily Puzzle on chess.com a shot. This one's called Johan's Knight Will Move You. It's black to move. Give the video pause and try it yourself if you feel like it. Alright, well this is a double check. And then my queen can slide into a few different places along that diagonal. So if I go here, if the king goes here, this is checkmate. If the king goes here, I can go to this square with my queen and then force it to here. And eventually I can go to here. But can the king just kind of yo-yo between these two? Alright, here. If the king ends up here, can I go here? Is that something? And I also have this check. Would that be better? Maybe because I'm taking away this square. If the king goes here, it's attacking my knight though. Yeah, I feel like I want to force the king in this direction. So I think I like this better because then I have this to force the king over there. So, alright, here. I'm thinking the king's going to end up here. And then maybe this. But then the king has a few different moves. Yeah, if the king goes here. I don't know. It's Sunday. I'm expecting this to be difficult. It feels like it must be this to start. It's really hard to calculate everything here. I'm going to see if I'm right about this. Okay, so the king goes back. I kind of liked it better when my queen was like kind of scooting the king back, because now if I go here, the king just goes here, right? Well, then I can just go here, and then the king has to go here, and my queen has advanced a little bit. And then I can go here. I feel like I kind of want my queen holding some of these squares, so I feel like I might have to yo-yo. So if I go here, the king only has one move, it's here, and then I come back, and then the king goes here. And then maybe I do something like this. Check there. I feel like I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this yet, because then the king can just go back here. I'm not making any progress. So I feel like I do want to like yo-yo my queen just to take away these squares. And then probably eventually do this, and that's going to force the king onto this square. And then where do I want to go? So I'm thinking here, 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 just to get my queen a little closer. Then I'm thinking here, here's forced. And then I have a discovered check. But where do I want my knight? Maybe like here? I have to take away this square though, is the problem. Because I feel like I want to checkmate with my queen, but I have to figure out how to take away this square. And I don't know how. Or maybe I can go here. Because if the king takes that... Am I right about this yo-yo move? This is the line I'm stuck on. And then I'm going to go here, right? Wow, okay. So I'm happy I saw that. And then... So I'm just really thoroughly investigating this line. I really feel like it's probably this next. Which forces the king here. And then I can go like here, maybe? Discover check, king back. How do I take away this square? Like, my knight would have to end up on this. Check, check, here. Check. Like, is it some long maneuver? I feel like I have a windmill. How do I get to this square? I feel like it must be this next. And then the king goes back here, and then I can move my knight wherever I want, because it's a discovered attack. It had to be that. And then, so I'm saying I want to get to what's this. I want to take this pawn. So here. If the king ever tries to go here, this is just checkmate. It just has to keep going back here. So I think I can just go here. I think that works. Because I'm trying to get to this square to take away this. And then my queen will be able to sneak in and give it a checkmate. Right? Is this good? And then here, check. Wow, I'm psyched I got this. Checkmate. Sick. Okay. Solid understanding on a Sunday, dude. We're out here. We out here using brain cells. A couple two-tree brain cells. All right, let's run that back. Nice. So I got a Sunday right. Psyched about it. Interesting Puzz here. So I noticed that if I move my knight, my queen's going to be discovered attacking the king. This looked like a pretty good check because I'm double checking the king. And I'm basically trying to force the king back here. And I realized that pretty early. And I noticed that if I go here, the king has 3 moves. If it goes here, it's just checkmated, so I can't do that. It could go here or here, but then I'm going to bring my queen in and sort of force the king backwards no matter what. So it could have gone to either of these two squares. And then this I thought was a little interesting because it seemed like I want my queen closer. So I realized that if I go here, the king's just going to go to this square, but then I'll be able to come back here and force the king here, and all of a sudden I'm controlling more squares. That's exactly what's going on in the puzzle. So this little yo-yo is probably pretty tough to find, honestly. But it made sense to me because I noticed that after that I can give this check with my knight, and the king only has one square to move to. It's right here. And then I'm going to be able to move my knight out of the way with a discovered attack. So I have this like ability to kind of windmill and get my knight to wherever I want it to be. I realize that I really want to take away this square with my knight because my queen can almost give a checkmate, but this square is the problem. So what I do is go here with my knight, and then I dive back here. It's going to be a discovered attack on the king. So the king just kind of has to keep going between these two squares or else it's going to get checkmated. It can't go here or I'm going to checkmate it. So I'm able to just kind of reroute my knight and just bring it over here and eventually take away this square from the king. And now it's going to be checkmate. No matter what happens, my queen's just going to slide in and give this checkmate. And that's the Puzz on a Sunday, dude. There it is. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.